Guys, welcome to another askzenler. So in this little video, what I want to do is I want to show you how we kind of create this block down here. People have been asking about the tutorial site and some of the courses that we're doing, and they've asked about some of these features like this in here where it all expands out and you can get to certain bits. So where I've used this throughout the tutorials in some of the courses such as this complete guide, what I'm actually using here is an FAQ block. So I'm going to jump in and just show you how you can kind of set it up and add new blocks to it, because FAQ blocks are really versatile. It's a way of compressing the information but still having it available so people can open it up, and we'll look at the different settings with the FAQ block as well. Now I've already done a new feature on the FAQ blocks which shows all of this, but I'm actually going to just show you in an askzenler now. So I'm going to jump into a page and I'm just going to add it and show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm just going into one of my pages. Now it could be a course page. This is just a site page. You can use it in anywhere that you can use the page builder. So if I just go into edit on this sample page that I've got set up, you're going to see that I'm going to add the FAQ block straight into there. And then you're going to see that we can actually add stuff inside of it. So elements and rows and things. So it's very versatile. It's not just for just doing text in there. We can also put links in there, buttons, everything else. So here we go here. It's just got a standard flat page. I just got one block I was playing around with for another tutorial. So I'm going to come in the FAQ block here. Now we've got some different style ones that we can go with, that they all do the same sort of features. So the one I'm going to pick here is going to be this blue one, which is pretty much the same as the black one. Guys, if you can hear some noise in the background, it's because they've got jets flying over. They're doing a lot of practicing and things like that in Cornwall where I live. There's an airfield, so they do lots of tests, so there's jets flying over all the time, just in case you can hear it. So let's take this block and drop it in here, and as you can see here, what we've got is we've got this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this on the default, just dropped it in, and we're going to go straight into preview and just have a look at it. So you can see there what's happened is all our blocks are closed off. Okay, so if you come into any of this stuff here, this main top block, this is the which almost looks like a dynamic, but it's actually a yellowy, so it's an FAQ block. So you can see that I've also got yellow ones in there, and then inside it I've got elements which are red, of course. So if you go into the top part here and check the little gear icon, you're going to see that you can add the usual spacing top and bottom. You can choose the background color, you can put padding in there. So if I change the background color of that outside piece, you can see how I can change that quite quickly. And if I actually just jump across to the settings here, you can also see that you can have multiple expand. So if you just turn this on, you have multiple expand setting. When on, allows multiple expands opens at the same time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to show you in here. At the moment, if you open it up, you'll see that as you open one up, one closes. Yeah, so all this does by turning it on, saving it, and then just refreshing this page, what you're going to see is now we have the ability to multiply open tabs like this. So you can open all of them and you can manually close them instead of them closing automatically. So that's one of the cool things with this. It closes by default or opens based on that. So that is the settings in there. So there's not too many. It's really easy to work with. Again, you can come in here and you can add new blocks. This is obviously the title area, so I could add a new one in there. If I wanted to center it, I go into the gear icon, come down here to the bottom, go to alignment, center, and of course you can change the text and you can change the font size and all of this stuff as well, which you all know about. So you can add any blocks you like in there. And if I save that and we just come across and preview it, you're now going to see it's going to be in here as this title piece here. Okay, so let's jump into one of the blocks here. So if I hit the settings here, you're going to see up here that we can actually change this little arrow color, the icon color. So you can come down here and you can select a different color. Notice it's changed to red. So you can have a different color per block if you want to. You can also change the border left color. You can see there's a little border on the right. So you can actually change the width of that. I can make that maybe 20 or something. It's really big like that. And I could also go in there and change the color like that. Really easy. So that are kind of the settings in there. Of course, we've got the usual spacing and padding and all of that stuff. And you've got a divider style as well, which is down here, which is actually between the columns, this divider style. So you can come in here and you can also change that. So if I change this to like a blue, so it's really easy for you guys to see, you'll then see that divider size. So if I put 5 in there, it makes it a bit bigger. Let me just save this off. Again, this is per block, yeah? Per one of these, you can change these things for. So you can have different ones on each one. So I'm just going to hit refresh now. And you're going to now see that you've got that divider block in there, but obviously it's not in here because we haven't changed it. So generally, you know, I like to turn that almost off because, and you can turn it off easily by just going to divider style, none, and then you don't get a divider style. And of course you can change this to whatever you like as well. So I can make it something like 5, which is a little bit better. And then of course you can apply the same styles to all of the rest of these as well. So you would make sure that you're going through them all. I don't want the divider style, so off. I'm going to change that to there, and then I'm going to go into there, and I'm going to choose 5, the same as the one above, and I've got that color there. So there we go. So I've now matched it up with the one above it. But a little tip for you, if you're matching them all to the same style, what you can do is come into this bottom one, delete it out, and all you need to do then, you're going to see it's going to close up. To duplicate one of these FAQ blocks in here, you can click this one, and then you can just clone it, and bang, you've got a clone of it. So it saves you styling each one. If you've got a style that you want to run through them all, delete these bottom ones like this, and then just go and duplicate or clone. So now I go to this one and I can clone it, and of course I can then add my own content. So I can clone as many of those in as I want. As soon as I hit the save and I go back to preview this like this, you're going to see that we now have all these tabs that can open up like this. Yeah, so really easy. Now of course this stuff you can change. You can come into the settings here. If we wanted to put it something like center and we wanted to increase this font size to like 35 or something, then you can really easily. Again, once again in here you can also come in, add a new element. So I could add something like a button in there like that, no problem. Style the button as we like, and you can even go in there and you could add a row as well. So if I wanted to do something really cool, I could add a row in there, go to elements, maybe go to video, grab one of the videos like this one here, and that will drop in there. And I could take this top one and I could just move it, or I could just add more text in here. So I could add a text block in there. I could delete that out, click OK. And now I've got this whole piece going through here. So you could add, and if you like this style and the way you've got it set up, you can then clone it through these just by deleting these blocks out and adding a new one, and you've got it all set up for you to go and just add the new videos and new titles per piece. So let's go and take this one now and just do a couple of these so you can see. So there we go, got it, no problem. And do it again, and I'll click save. And now if I jump back into here and I hit the refresh, now you've got this, and you can click open these, and you've got this information in here, and like this and this. So really versatile, these FAQ blocks. Very, very cool to work with. So, and can be used for a ton of different things, not just FAQ blocks, but information blocks or collapsible information blocks. So it can be really good to use these things, guys. So I'm going to go in here and just change this to like a white in here, and I'll just change this background color to a white as well, and it all kind of fits in now like that. And then come back in here, refresh, and you've got something like that. So you can see you can change this dramatically just by playing around with these colors and things like that. So I'd probably come in here and put a bit of a background color in here so it kind of shows up a little bit, maybe something like that. Or I change that, and so you can change them individually. You don't have to stick to the same one if you don't want to. Change that to that, and again come back in here, refresh to see them, and you know, got something like that. So see how you've got this colored here. So if I wanted to have a different color behind each one, I could just go into here and I could just alter it a little bit. I can just go into that background color and just change it a little bit, you know. So I've got that top bit there. So that's actually the content background color. So you see you can change the content background color, and you can also change this top color here as well. So you could do something like that, then you could take that. So guys, you know, you can imagine all the different variations. I'm just showing you here. And now when I save this, you're going to see that this color is different from this color from this color. So now I'm going to just refresh this, and now you've got something like this. So it's starting to look good, starting to break it up, also makes it really easy for people to just navigate through things, and also compress all that data down. Now also remember guys that if you're selecting the whole block here, you can always select the gear icon and go full width, and it will push it out to the full width of the site there. So if I now refresh this, you're going to see it's going to go right to the edge, and there you go. So FAQ blocks, really versatile, really easy to use, quick to implement new designs, and obviously get that information so that everything's a little bit easier for people to find. I mean, a purpose for this obviously is FAQ blocks, but another purpose for this could be steps. So if you're taking through people on steps through something, you could have step 1, open this one up, step 2, open this one up, step 3, open this one up, and you could have a lot of information in each one that's accessible as they open things up, and of course closing things as well. So they open this one up, and then they open this one up, and if you want it so they close, then you just make sure that on that main piece here you turn off multiple expand, click save, and that way they're only going to be able to open one at a time up. So I'll just refresh that, and you're going to see they're going to open that one, maybe it's step 1, and then they open that one, and that one compresses up to close. So it can be used for lots of different things. Try and think out of the box with this, because it's a very cool thing to do. And if you're going to use it in multiple pages, remember that you can always, if you're on Pro and Premium, you can click in here and you can save that out as a template. So you could have custom FAQ block steps to success or something, and then you could drag and drop those into any page that allows you to use the page builder, and that has the ability to use the default or the custom blocks that you will have created. Okay guys, so that's FAQs on Zenler.